Anyway, today is what, August 21st, 2026, moving right along. And I've only got a couple announcements today, and then we'll get started. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Easier just to show you this than do that. And I'll put this in the chat for you too. Just a couple of things on some upcoming events. Oh, first of all, I did want to mention Charles Bruce. I talked to him the other day. He did some funding. He's got a lot of private money, and a lot of people have been asking for money. So I wanted to put his information in here for us this week. I put his email address in there and also his phone number. It's probably best to text first because he's a physician too. So he doesn't always answer the phone right away, but he will get back with you. He wanted me to mention that. We do have, and I mentioned this last week, we're going to be doing a wholesale 2.0, I called it, course coming up. We're going to do this. I had a little conflict with the schedule on Thursday. I wanted to do it a day before because we have the new ruling going into effect on the 28th. So this is going to be for insiders though, and I know a lot of you guys are insiders, and we're going to do this an hour before our meeting next week. So I'll send out some more information on that, but we're going to have the new rulings of what's the waiting period they have now on the disclosures and things like that, double closings. We're going to talk about a few things. Also, the post tax sale strategies, because as you know, Monday is the tax sale in Missouri. So just about all the counties are having it. So we're going to do that. Then also we have our lunch this month. It's going to be a little bit early because normally it's the first Monday of the month, but because of the holiday, and a lot of people wanted to go ahead and meet anyway. So we're going to do that on the 31st on Applebee's. And that's from 11 to 1. You don't have to be there exactly at 11. You can come anytime you want, and we'll be there till 1 o'clock. And of course, the Fridays events, put them in there for all next this month coming up here because September will be here real soon. Couple of the replays, I left Ella's little video in there. They're still needing rental units in St. Louis and St. Louis County, and the senior hotel, the Mark Twain Hotel, is closing in September. So I wanted to leave that in there, and she could give you more information. Well, I got a little 3-minute video. If you want to just watch that, you can to fill you in on that. Of course, last week we had Victoria Court come in here and talk about the rough math made easy. This was actually a great event. I've watched it again. I want to watch it one more time too, because at least one more, because she goes over a lot of math, not just for with the pets and how you can kind of increase your bottom line, but also just on your units in general. And she made a lot of sense out of this. I know she was a little under the weather, but she did a good job keeping everything together and also just explain everything. So if you got a chance to watch that, I highly recommend that. And like I said, the tax sale is coming up on Monday in most of the counties in Missouri. In fact, 113 of them. There's just very few exceptions, and there's some other deals there. I left the replays in there from Dale. He met with us a couple weeks ago and explained it real well. I'll take him out next week, but I left some of these things in here. Scott Walterbach, of course, as most of you know, he did the Missouri tax sale seminar back in June, and then the collector from St. Louis or St. Francis County, excuse me, Angie Ussery, she did a really good segment with us not too long ago too. So I left that in there. We'll be taking those out soon. Here's the Dale Sweets. We call this a master class. I kind of edited out some things he did because he did such a great job explaining some of this stuff. And all the replays, of course, are on the YouTube channel. I left Dale's things in there for the county because the city is a little different. They had their one sale, and then they got another ones. They got other ones coming up later in the year. We'll give you more information on that. But Dale gives such good information. If you're not on his mailing list, I would recommend it because he's got a good spreadsheet. He shows you where they are. He explains it. He's got some good videos on there, and then there's some more information on him. Then the other thing is, if I know a lot of you guys have got this, but if you haven't gotten your electronic copy yet of the STLREIA Real Estate Investor Blueprint, send me an email and I'll send it to you. I mean, you can go buy a paper copy if you'd like, and hopefully I'll have a couple of them, one or two of them at the lunch coming up that I'll give away. I'm not sure how we'll do that. Maybe we'll have a contest or something. I don't know. We'll do something like that. But anyway, so that's about all I've got today. So, Laura, there you are. Would you like to give us our disclaimer, please?
Sure, that would be great. Good morning and welcome, everyone. First, I'd like to do a bit of housekeeping. Feel free to unmute yourself when it's your turn to speak. Please be mindful of everyone else by muting yourself while others are speaking. You're welcome to put any contact information that you want to share into the chat. We meet here to share deals, look for deals and solutions we have and need with our real estate. We are not your financial advisors, attorney, or accountants. We do not endorse or recommend any specific solutions or contractors here. You're advised to do your own due diligence to your own satisfaction before you invest. The first Friday of each month is Ask the Attorney with Ms. Catherine Davis. Our meetings are typically recorded, so only share what you want others to know.
Thank you, Laura. All right, who'd like to start us off with something today? I see Sarah's up there. We missed you last week, but boy, you've been busy. Been seeing
Been
all your
busy
networking.
lately. Yeah, I had a networking event from 10 to noon last Friday, so I couldn't make it on the call. I was so sad about that, but good to see everybody again.
Yeah, good to see you. How many events did you go to this week, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Golly,
Couple hundred?
I was in the middle of texting Jim. Let me look at my
Okay.
calendar. Golly,
Oh,
friends.
that's okay.
Let me see. Let me look. I'm gonna actually count. I had couple of one-to-ones. Monday, I had one, two, I had three networking events Tuesday. Wednesday, I had another one. So that's four. Yesterday, I had one, two, three. So seven this week. Sometimes
Oh,
it's more. Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't know either, friends. It's a lot. It's fun but exhausting at the same time, especially with late evenings, you know?
Yeah, you start early and end late. I know that.
Yes.
It's amazing. I don't know how you do it.
Yes, thank you.
So it's good to see you anyway.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. I see Norm's up there too. Norm, I think you had something you wanted to share with us today. You had some things you put on your website.
Yes,
Are you
I
there?
did. And
There you
I'll
are.
put it in the chat, but I don't want to be too long-winded here. But I started talking to John back in May. I had to look that up, John. And my book came out in April. So after I began talking to real estate investors, I realized there's a very big difference between what I've been doing my whole life talking to homeowners versus real estate investors. With homeowners, I've been trying to, as a contractor, stress how important the contractor is that you choose and walk them through the process as best I could. But that just sounds like contractor rhetoric, really. Uh, Choose me because I'm the best. And so when I started talking to real estate investors, I didn't have to explain that contractors were bad. I didn't have to explain that remodeling can go terribly wrong. So it was I really have enjoyed this, and it's only been about 4 months. But so what I did, this is just the way I work. I wrote another book, um, St. Louis, or actually not St. Louis. I'm here in St. Louis, but the uh, the remodeling guide for real estate investors. And so I have to go through the process of getting that loaded on Amazon's platform and getting it published. But I'm really excited about that. So, in addition to that, I've started uh, setting up courses for real estate investors. And so on my website, I have my first course, a 2 hour session, $40 for real estate investors. And it's like a beginner's remodeling course. And I just see the need for it. And I see that I would rather be teaching people who like to hear what I'm saying and are interested and want that knowledge. And so that's what I'm doing. I'll put it on the chat for anyone that wants to click on it and follow that link on my website and register for one. But that's where I'm going.
Very good. Thank you, Norm. Yeah, you've had a couple of workshops you've done for us and very knowledgeable. I mean, you opened up a lot of insights for us because I know you have a lot of experience and we appreciate that.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. All right. Who has something they'd like to share with us today? Is anybody working on anything that they have for sale or looking to buy anything? I know it's always a good place to start. A lot of people kind of sitting around waiting for the fall to start.
Yes, my name is Michael Gary. How you doing, John?
Hi, Michael.
Sarah, Norm, and Laura. I do wholesaling here in St. Louis since 2018 and come across a couple of city properties. I'm actually dealing with some agents that have properties online on the market, but getting them at a discounted rate. I'm also still getting back into the network, and I networked pretty well the last 4 or 5 years with all the meetups around. This Zoom always come to my email, so I decided to get on it and see who I was going to speak with or see who was on it to find out exactly what's going on now for the end of the summer, going into the fall. I always did go see Mr. Groves at his meetups, Faster House meetups, so I'm always interested in learning or finding out who's doing something and what are they doing and what's new. But yeah, looking to contract a couple of properties with some agents in the city, just as well as Ferguson, Missouri, and just trying to see if anybody had buyers that may be looking at this time or looking somewhere else other than where I have them.
Yeah, Michael, you said you had a couple available right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, one right now is definitely under contract down in 63115 North St. Louis area, 4877 Calvin, asking 40. Got around about a $80,000 ARV. It was once occupied, is vacant now.
Okay.
Also, I just walked one in, I would say, Berkeley, Hazelwood, that looked like it was a hoarder house. The seller is still interested in getting something done. Don't have the numbers just yet, but look like that's $120,000 to $130,000 ARV in that area. We're trying to get it in between 30 and 50,000. We haven't secured there yet, but that's an area where we work every day.
Okay. And let's see, the one that let's see, on Calvin there, what's the scope of work on that? Do you have any idea what it might need? Is it a pretty full rehab? Is it?
No, it's actually, like I said, it was occupied less than 3 months ago.
Okay.
As a city property, it's a brick house. If somebody turns it into a quick rental, being that's what it was at one time. Upgrading it probably just would go in and paint and get some of the operational things up to par. I haven't had any issues with, or I haven't had any information pertaining to it being non-operable with the plumbing, electrical, or the heating and cooling. That's pretty decent. The roof is decent. Like I said, it definitely looked like it's a turnkey or a good rental for a city property.
Very nice. Okay. So, and what's the best way to get a hold of you, Michael?
My telephone number that I answer all the time is at 314-699-4517.
17. Okay. Very good. And if you don't mind putting that in the chat for anybody that could write that down, that would like to write it down, that'd be great also.
Sure.
Thank you, Michael. And yeah, thanks, Sarah, for inviting Michael. Seems like a great guy, and always looking for wholesalers. You never know who's going to be here looking for a deal, and I always invite you to come back because we do record these too, and you can always send people to get your information. That's one reason we like to have you mention it verbally as well as in the chat. So thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep. All right. All right. Who else has something for us today? We have just great weather here. I know a lot of our friends are not as well off in some of the other places. I know in Indiana and Ohio, some of the places where we have some friends and family out there, they're having a little bit tougher time than we are. But I tell you, we've got it beautiful right here right now. And I know we do. One reason we left Ella's little video in there also in our information we give out is because we're still dealing with the tornadoes from last year in the St. Louis area. There's still a lot of people that are not quite as well off as they could be or should be. And we have more of that coming up. I know with the tax sales, that's something that I'm very passionate about. In fact, I've been really busy getting the last updated list the last couple of nights. I've been up late and got up early dealing with some of the collectors around the state, and they're updating this stuff. They're all busy as can be too. And it's amazing as we kind of talked about all the differences from area to area. It's just everybody just kind of does what they want. I see a lot of the national people, they try to say, that, you can learn a lot from national tax sales. My experience is I can't even learn between St. Louis County and St. Francis County because they're so different. And then you go out to some of the other counties in Missouri, and then you got the city you throw in there. Then we got Kansas City. So Missouri's all over the place. So it's just a lot to keep up with. And we're gonna be talking more about that too, because there's so many good opportunities. I mean, you can help people and at the same time help yourself making money on some of these things too, because there's a lot of people, they just don't know. A lot of people just don't know what to do with them. And I know we kind of did that with trial and error going back for quite a few decades now, but we've had to learn, and they change it every year too, it seems like. So it's a lot to keep up with. So anyway, enough about my tax sales. I love them. So we'll talk. Somebody else got something they'd like to say to us. I see a lot of smiling faces out there. Good to see everybody.
Hey,
And
John, did you
yes,
say that tax sale was on the coming up on the 24th?
it's on Monday. Yes.
And is that St. Louis County?
St. Louis County does it a little bit differently. They have sealed bids you have to mail in.
Right.
That PDF that I put in the chat, if you go on there with Dale Sweet's information, Attorney Dale Sweet, he's a tax sale expert in our area, and you can get a lot of good information from him. St. Louis County, what they started doing a few years ago, and this was during COVID. In fact, Dale still kind of thinks it might be unconstitutional the way they do it, but they have sealed bids. And no other county, I don't think in the Missouri does this anymore. I mean, a lot of them did back a few years ago for a short period of time, but you've got to physically mail in a cashier's check with whatever you decide to bid on a property. Then when they get around to it, they'll let you know if you won. Okay. And if not, they send your money back, which doesn't make any sense at all because you get your money tied up. And where a real tax auction works the way they're supposed to work is you're sitting there with everybody else raising your hand with the amount you bid, and you can see what everybody else is doing. And if you don't win, you still got your money to bid in something else. St. Louis County, by having the sealed bids, it's kind of crazy actually the way they do it. What I've done personally, Michael, is I've never bought anything at a tax sale, even though I've dealt with them for a lot of years. I deal with the people either before they get there or after the fact, and kind of deal with the counties, what a lot of them call over the counter. A lot of them will sell the properties for what's owed on it, or there's just different ways they do it. They all do something different. That's why it's really specific per county. But St. Louis County is an interesting entity. Anyway, there's more information on that you'll be able to get from Dale and from the information we put in there, if that helps.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Let me ask you this. I thought was the August the 11th, was that the city auction date?
I believe it was. I don't have that in front of me. I took that out for this week. I'd have to go back and look. But yeah, the city does like 3 or 4 a year. Theirs is a little different.
Right. Okay. So they probably have another one coming up.
They sure do. And you can, if you get on Dale's list, Attorney Dale Sweet's list, he'll keep you updated on it. He don't spam you with a bunch of stuff, but he does email you 2, 3, 4 times a year, something like that, with current information. What I like about him too is he puts all that on a spreadsheet for you, and he also has now you can't hold this You can't take this to the bank, but he does have the addresses on there with that where you can just kind of click onto it and see there. One of the problems is though that they put on the tax sale is you're not guaranteed it's the correct information because sometimes they go by legal description, sometimes it's the addresses. People have bought alleyways thinking they were getting houses, and all kinds of crazy stuff goes on. So you do have to use a lot of due diligence before you buy something.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah, thanks for asking. All right. Who else has something for us here?
I'll go ahead and chat really quickly, John. I know Michael just got done talking and he was talking about like hoarding situations and things like that. I just wanted to, give you guys a friendly reminder, Jim Subert, he owns Pride Restoration. And you guys know that we help with fire, water, mold cleanup and restoration for Missouri and Illinois, but also hoarding situations. So we can help with hoarding situations, biohazard cleanup, things of that nature. I had a lady who we ran into, we did a vendor event for the Realtor Kickball tournament back in June. She called me and her uncle had passed away in his house and it had been a couple of days. He was in there and she was on the phone with me and she goes, Sarah, it was just, the smell was horrific and we're going to have to replace the, flooring, obviously. So things like that, friends, just keep us in mind for that. I'll put my contact info and Jim's contact info in the chat. And I know a lot of you guys have reached out to me for handymen and roofers and people like that too. So we network and we partner a lot with insurance agents, realtors, roofers, handymen, general contractors, anybody that you can think of, really, just let me know. I can shoot over my Word document to you with anybody that you guys need. But you can get a hold of Jim. His cell phone number is 618-779-1284. And I'll put that in the chat. And his email is going to be jsubert, JSEUBERT @priderestoration.com. And I'll put that in the chat as well. Or you can email me. It's going to be scantrell. So SCANTRELL @priderestoration.com. And I give everybody my personal cell, friends, 573-883-0637. And I'll put all this in the chat right now too. But yeah, just let me know, guys, if I can support you with anything or send you any resources. Ann Bearden, I know I need to send her some resources today. So yeah, just let me know, guys, what we can do to help you. Shoot me an email or text me anytime.
Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jim also runs just a little bit off the subject, runs another set of events too. You want to just briefly talk about that too? Because I think
Yes.
that's pretty
Yes,
exciting.
he does. So Jim and Susan also own Adventures of Intrigue. So Pride Restoration is off of Limp Avenue in Benton Park. And then we've got Adventures of Intrigue that they own. It's off of South Jefferson Avenue. It's right down the street, friends, from Johnny Brock's. So that's in Soulard area. He does have a networking event. It did change to the first Tuesday of the month. So if you guys ever want to come visit us, I do try to make this event. It's going to be the very first Tuesday of the month. I think it's the 1st of September. First Tuesday of the month, 4 to 7 p.m. at Adventures of Intrigue. So I think this past month there was like 25 people or something. It was a decent turnout. But yeah, first Tuesday of the month, friends, every month, Adventures of Intrigue, 4 to 7 p.m.
And what actually happens there at Adventures of Intrigue, Sarah?
So it's an open concept escape room. It's about 9,500 square feet of like whimsical games and puzzles. It's great. It's for adults and children both. And on the second floor, they actually have a CSI game. It's hugely interactive and engaging. My husband Paul and I actually tested it out back in November before I came on board with him. And I mean, it was just awesome. Like you were touching the wall because you're in this like bedroom and you have this TV and you're looking at all the suspects and then you're like scanning in evidence and you're clicking in the correct fingerprints on the other TV. So it's just an amazing, fun game. It takes a good hour, hour and a half to figure out who the killer is. So, but that's another thing that they will do. And Jim also loves doing lunch and learns either at Adventures of Intrigue or if you guys have an office somewhere where you're at, he loves coming in, bringing in lunch for you, talking about Pride Restoration a little bit, and then, just kind of hanging out with you guys for a little bit. So let us know if you ever want to do something like that too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Jim's quite a
Yeah.
guy too. I know he did a presentation for us, a workshop not too long ago, and very informative. He's a great guy too.
Lots of great information in a short amount of time. So just very informative. That was a good day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Appreciate
Uh-huh.
that. Yeah, and
Hmm.
if you don't mind putting your information in the chat too, so we could write it down also to make sure we get it right.
I will do it.
Appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Let's see. All right. Who else has something for us here? See. See a lot of good friends out there too. I know most of you are smiling behind your cameras. I know a lot of people, for some reason, they can't or don't like to turn their cameras on. I always think it's a good idea so we can see you. I have a friend on our Monday night group. She does a lot of presentations. She shows this dog that's all frizzy and everything that looks like if you have your camera off, and then if you have your camera on, it's the cutest little bitty dog that everybody loves. So it's always like I have to go get that video or that picture and share with you guys because I always think that's a good one because sometimes we don't think we look as good as we do. And in reality, I think people like authenticity too. So anyway, but nothing against you if you're not, but I still know you're smiling behind that, behind your picture there.
Hey John, can you hear me?
Hi, James. Yes.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
We're
You must
having
have been on vacation.
Yeah,
we're having such technical difficulties.
yeah.
Oh,
We gotta get this stuff together here. But anyway, I just wanted to put out there to Sarah. Sarah, I reached out to one of your contractors that you gave me on your list, Artemis Construction. Excuse me, Artemis Construction. And the guy Kelly came out to my house because I had some problem with some different pieces of siding. And matter of fact, he went on and he popped them back in for me at no charge. And then we got to talking. So I had him told him about a property that I have that needed maybe a roof or looked at. So he came down to the property, looked at the roof, gave me a lot of information. And so we're moving forward right now. I had a insurance company come out and look at the roof and they said that yeah, might possibly get a new roof. As a matter of fact, the guy Kelly couldn't make it, so his boss came out to meet the adjuster.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting that out there that they did went through some extra things just to kind of help us out. So we appreciate that. So I'll let you know how the roof turns out. So be
That's
great.
awesome. Great, guys. Thanks so much for letting me know. I'm so glad. Artemis is amazing, guys. So I knew they were going to do a good job.
All right.
Good
Thank you.
stuff.
Good listening.
Good stuff. Yeah, good.
yeah. Thank you for sharing that too, James. It's always good when you come back here and let us know your experience. I know you've also helped us with. I know some of you Linda's referrals also, and I don't see her on here today. I know she's a busy woman, but she's also brought in some good people. So we really appreciate that because it's always good to hear that stuff. So thank you. Let's see. Okay, good. You got some of them in the chat. Charlene, You're at work. Oh, well, yeah, we know you're smiling behind your camera though. And yeah, retirement tool, that's always funny because people ask me several times, when are you going to retire? I always say, from what? You know, I've done this, and my wife's joked about that for ever since we've been together. It's like I don't know what I would do. I don't really work. I just sit around and do fun stuff all the time with real estate. So so not always fun, but most of the time either it's fun or I'm learning. So I will put it that way. So anyway, we're glad you're here anyway, Charlene. Uh, let's see. And yeah, good to see you two again here. I guess you're back. I know you were on a cruise not too long ago. So glad you're home. Okay, who else has something for us here?
Hey John,
Yeah, John.
how you doing?
Good, and you?
I'm good. My question's more for Sarah. You had given me a number for a window contractor, but it was over in Belleville in Illinois. I hadn't contacted them yet, but I guess sometimes I just wonder if they got to go so far, do they typically charge you a little bit more because they got to travel a little bit of a distance?
You know what? I don't know, John. I know that Chris Moser, I remember sending you Chris's info the other day. I know Chris is in BNI Belleville with Jim, our owner. And I'll be honest, I don't remember if he charges more if he comes over to the river or not. I don't know. Let him know though that you know me and see if he'll,
Mm,
be like, yeah, I'm friends with Sarah Cantrell and Jim and
mm,
da da da. He'll know who you're
mhm.
talking about, and maybe he'll be nice about it if he does charge a fee or something. But I'm pretty sure Chris does both states. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Um,
sure.
and you just gave me his email. Is that the best way to contact him?
I think so. I think so. If for some reason you have a hard time, John, just text me and I can message him on Facebook.
Mm,
I'll have to dig in my email and get his phone number
okay.
for you. If you can't get a hold of him via email, he's pretty responsive with email though, because when we did our one-to-one a few months ago, he was pretty responsive with email.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if I can't
Yeah.
reach.
Okay,
Okay.
great. Yeah, let me know. Thank you.
Yeah, great question, John. It's always good to mention who gave you the referral too. Yeah, always a good idea. So thank you. All right.
I have one other thing.
Sure.
Does anyone have a appraiser they recommend? I'm doing a refinance, and I know usually they get their own appraiser, but they told me I could get one if I had one. Otherwise, they would find one for me. So I didn't know if anyone had an appraiser that they use.
Hmm.
Hey John, this Robin Rich. I will put it in the chat about the appraisal I just used because they let me pick one as well. I'll send it over to you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it, Rob.
Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of unusual. Usually they do have their own.
I have another question. Does anyone use affordable housing to do any listing?
Yes, I do use them, but it seems like when you use them, in order for your house to get really seen, you have to pay the $100 or whatever it is monthly.
Okay. I think I want to, I guess we can talk off the meeting, Robin, because I have some questions to ask. I'm having a little difficulty at the moment. So, um, and I have some, specific questions that I like to ask you about, the process.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Could you, I think I have your number. Could you give it to me again, please?
Sure. I will put it in the chat.
I'm on my phone and I don't know if I could
Okay.
access it.
314
Uh-huh.
760
Okay.
6350.
350. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Affordable, are they a listing service or something? Are they realtors or what are they? Dana, I'm not real familiar with them.
It's a platform where you a lot of like the Section 8, you have to list it on there for your Section 8 property. But more than just, the Section 8 would go to affordable housing looking for properties to rent. I don't know, purchase too, I'm not sure, but they have a section for the owner, landlord, and section for renters.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's another platform. I kind of like a Zillow, I do believe. So, and that's what, like I said, the housing authority you have to advertise it through them.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. I just curious about that. All right.
I don't like it so far, but
Mhm.
we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you can come back and let us know about that, how that works for you then.
Sure
Yeah.
will.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, and Charlene said I see in the chat, she's gotten some tenants from that portal. So there's a little bit more information maybe. And all right. All right, who's next? Or is everybody anticipating the sale on Monday? Not in St. Louis County though, unless you've already sent in your sealed bids, because I think they have to have them by then. I'm not sure. There's sure a lot of them though. I know Dale put out that Excel spreadsheet, and it's like 184 pages. So that's quite a bit for St. Louis County. I don't even know how you could go through and even do some research on that many at one time, but it sure is a lot. So I see Rico's joined us here. Do you have something for us today, Rico? It looks like you're ready to tell us something there.
No, I was just gonna ask you, John, because I heard you talk about how it's a closed bid. So I mean, so you don't know what everybody else is bidding on the property?
Yeah, St. Louis County started doing that a few years ago, and it's kind of crazy. I mean, it doesn't even make sense to me because you don't know what they have, what anybody else bids. Um, that's just, that's unlike all the other counties or most of the other counties because, but you have to be there in person. That's the thing about Missouri too. That's kind of crazy. Or have a representative there, and a lot of out-of-state people they'll get a Missouri representative. I've been representatives for people buying them. I've never bought at the sale, but I've bought properties for people from the counties like that. But most of them, you have to be there in person, which makes absolute sense. And we kind of was talking about that a little bit earlier, that Dale doesn't think that's constitutional, and I kind of think it might not be either. So I don't know.
Don't you have to also put the funds in?
Well, you have to send in your money with the sealed bid right away. You have to
Yeah.
send in guaranteed funds. You have to send them and it has to be by mail. I think they might have a drop-off box down in Clayton, but you have to give them certified funds right out of the gate, and then they'll let you know. Maybe it could be weeks later, or it could be whenever they get around to it. And one of the other problems with St. Louis County too is you could run out of your disclosure times because from the time they accept a bid, you have a certain amount of time to get the notifications out to the people that actually to give them a chance to redeem the property. Then they have a year. I mean, there's a lot of things that get kind of complicated with that also. So, but yeah, your funds are tied up till they decide you didn't win the bid and send it back. Or if they did, then they cash your check, I guess. So makes no sense to me.
They're probably making money off of it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, St. Louis County, I don't know. They're a different beast. So, Bobby, does anyone know of a property manager they like that will manage in Ferguson? I don't know. You want to unmute yourself and tell us what you're looking for there? looks like Joan. It doesn't look
Yeah.
like Bobby.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we have 3 properties that we're trying to, 2 of them are ready, one's just about ready, that we need to have a property manager. We're trying to get out of the business more and just have somebody else manage for us so we can do other things. So one's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and the other one's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, that we're just looking for a good property manager that can let us have a little bit more free time.
Okay. Does anybody have any referrals for Joan there? And Bobby, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's the best way to get a hold of you, Joan, if somebody were to have something for you there?
Okay, I'll give you Bobby's number. 314-438-7508. That's 314-438-7508.
Okay, and you're looking for a property manager in the Ferguson area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Thank
very
you.
good. Very good. And if
Hey,
you don't mind, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
hey,
Okay.
Joan.
Yes.
I ran into a lady that she said she manages out there. What is it? Marshina Shaw. I will put her information in the chat as well.
Morshina Shaw. Okay. Do
Do-
you happen to have something you
yeah.
can share with us or verbally also?
Sure. It's 314
Mhm.
745 7563.
Okay.
563. Thank
Marshina.
you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
John.
Yeah, appreciate that. So anybody watching the replay could jot that down, Robin. Thank you.
Hey, John.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes,
Tim.
Tim. Yeah. I started using Soto last year, and so far I've been pretty satisfied with them. They do a pretty good job, and I believe they sponsor this organization somehow, don't they?
They did. I don't see Dave R. Missy on here today. I was going to mention that, but yeah, I'm not sure where they are. Okay, but you've had pretty good success with them. I've known them for a while, and they did used to be a sponsor on our group, and I don't see them here though.
Yeah, they're not here today, but yeah, I wouldn't I'd suggest checking them out anyway. Like I say, at least for me, they've done a good job. I've been satisfied.
Yeah, well, thank you, Tim.
Hmm.
Appreciate that.
Hey, John, James again.
Yeah, James.
Yeah, you were talking about St. Louis County. I'm gonna give you a bit of information on
Uh-oh.
that property we had where we were going back and forth with. They were, going to access some of our property in order to do some improvements.
Oh yeah.
Well, we settled that back in April, and
April, May, or
make
something
April
like
or
that.
May, and it's only going to come out to be like not even $100. But so we said, okay, we want to sell it. And you know what? They still haven't sent us a check for that.
Oh, oh no.
Just to see how they operate. And I call, and they say, oh yeah, the lady says, oh, I'm gonna get on it right away, and you don't hear from her, and okay,
And that was last week.
Let me check into it, and then I said, man, I guess they gonna drag us through the ringer like we was trying to drag them to the ringer, I guess.
Oh no.
It's crazy. So
And
Yeah,
I know the neighbor over there, hers was a little more than ours, but when they did send her a check, it was rather quick, she said, but it was for like half of what they were supposed to send her. So the lady, she called the attorney, I guess, that's involved with it. And she said, oh, that was a mistake or whatever, so I don't know if she ever I haven't talked with her to see if she ever got the correct amount or not, but it's just crazy what they're doing.
wow. Did they already do the improvement work or whatever they were doing, fixing the sidewalks and stuff, or is that still out there?
No, they haven't done that yet. They're supposed to start in next year, I guess, in the spring or the fall or something like that. I was thinking about when they start, if I hadn't got my money, I was going to set a couch or something out there and sit out there where they can't, where they can't have access. get on the news or something for $75, I guess.
Oh boy. Well, they were going to buy you lunch if I remember right. So it sounds like they bought your neighbor maybe dinner.
Or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, nobody's satisfied. I talked to another neighbor and he said, yeah, they gave me the little junk, and they're gonna, and it's the inconvenience.
Right.
And it's gonna be quite a bit of inconvenience for some of them because they've taken quite a bit of his property to do some expansion, and they said they were gonna put it back in its original condition. That maybe they will, I don't know, but you know.
Well, yeah, you'll find out, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun, I'm sure.
Mhm. Well, I know I've mentioned this. We've had pretty good luck with them when they redid some stuff in Ferguson for us many years ago, but I don't know that they always do as good a job as what they project, but you never know.
Maybe
So
we should have put your name on there.
I don't know. I don't know that area that well, so I'm waiting to see what you guys say about it. Well, let me know how the lunch is they buy for you if they finally get around to doing it too. Maybe you could, when you're sitting out on the couch, maybe you could eat your lunch there while you're filming them.
Yeah, well, we don't eat White Castles all the time, so.
Well, you let us know about that, James.
All right, sure will.
All right. Thank you. Oh boy. All right. I see Robin got Marciana's Shaw's phone number in there. Very good. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, let's see here.
Hey guys, I also added two contacts. They one of them does house cleaning or residential cleaning, and the other one does contracting for like siding and roofing. If you guys need those contacts, I put them below.
Okay, great. And could you mention that verbally for us, Rico? That's those are always good referrals to have.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of them is Anna's Cleaning, smaller business, but they do great. I've used them for a lot of um, whenever they're doing new showings, they want to have somebody go in there and clean them. So usually always refer her and I always hear good things as far as pricing and her quality. And the other one's Miguel. He has a team that does roofing and siding. So if you guys ever need that, put their contact information below. For Miguel, his phone number is 314-249-2856. And then for Anna's Cleaning, it's 314-497-0607.
Very good. Thank you, Rico. Appreciate that. He does roofing and siding. Very nice. Do you have anything for sale, Rico? I know a lot of times you do.
I do have a property right now currently. We haven't got it right under contract just yet. I'm supposed to be meeting with them today to get something in writing. But it is located over in Bell Ridge.
Bell Ridge, okay.
It's going to be a 2-bed, 1-bath, 1,300 square feet. And yeah, probably if anyone's interested in it, I mean, my cell phone number is 314-497. I'm sorry. 314-438-7726.
Okay, well, maybe you can come back and tell us about it next week then. Give us some more
Yeah,
details.
if you guys are interested, shoot me a text or a call. And as soon as I get under contract, I'll be able to, have you guys walk it and go over numbers and everything.
Very nice. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you, John.
Mhm. And if anybody also would like to talk to Rico, I know you've mentioned if you just want to give him your buy box, something like that, he keep that in mind because he's always out there scouting around looking for deals also. So very good. Thank you. All right, we got a few more minutes. Who else has something for us? Anybody else? Or everybody ready for lunch? I know Sarah's probably got a couple of networking events to go to. knowing her, she's probably got her day
Uh,
all planned through the
I
evening.
got one, John.
Okay,
Uh,
Dave. Yeah, David
so
Randolph. How you doing?
so we'd recently done that short sale masterclass, and some of people probably missed out on that. But
Mhm.
we just did a short sale here in St. Louis on a four family. So some people ask, yeah, okay, well you can do short sales on houses, but you know you can do them on multifamily too. And in this case, it's a four family, which falls in that 1 to 4 family range legally. And so we can apply the same short sale rules and standards that I know about to a four family. So here's a case study deal that we did, and it's sold. The money's in the bank, okay. And so it was a four family in St. Louis on Neo Show that was purchased for $59,000. And then we did a $100,000 renovation to it. It's 4 units, so it takes a lot. So 100,000. So we got 159 in it. Okay, 159 in it. Put it on the MLS. It did take about a week to sell it. I was surprised with that and everything, but took a week, and so we sold it. Does anybody want to put a guess in the chat box what we sold it for? Now we paid 159 all in purchase and rehab. What do you guys think we sold it for? Four family. What do you think we sold it for? Rents for about 1,000 a month on each unit. If that anyway, nobody's going to have a guess. I'll just go ahead and tell you.
120.
Oh, we got some guesses. Okay, cool. Okay, see, once again, John, everyone has completely failed. This is why they got to come to the short sale masterclass. We sold it for 380. 380. Yeah. So you
Nice.
guys are too low. You got to understand here, short sales, you can do a really you're buying them so low, you can do a very nice rehab. Therefore, you can sell at a premium price. We could have got 425 for it, but you take the money and run, right? Take the cash buyer or whatever. We could have done a lot of other things, but 380 minus 159, I don't know what that is, but it's good enough on my calculator, type thing. And so we just closed on that Monday this week. So I thought I'd share that with a group on there. So some of you are in the free masterclass that John got you guys in for. Okay, thanks to John for getting you guys into that with it. And we'll probably be doing that again sometime later this year. That masterclass. So we'll kind of keep you guys updated on that. Short sales are really quite amazing right now, and people don't even realize it.
Yeah, they're quite a unique opportunity, and I know you're the expert at that, David. What's the best way for somebody to get a hold of you? I see Michael ask about it. He has one he's looking at right now, it looks like. What's the best way to get in touch with you about more
Well,
information, David?
yeah, well, my website is thedavidrandolph.com. David Randolph was taken. I was heartbroken. So someone said, "Aren't you the Dave?" So it's David, David, and then Randolph, Randolph.com. And so you can get a hold of me there. You can also, if you do it like right now, today, I can get you into a free uh, 2 hour workshop I'm doing next month. So if you text the word intro to my phone number at 636-685-2990, I'm going to do a free introduction to short sales. This is where people have no clue about short sales. Okay, and text intro on there, but do it today so I know you came from here on it. There's somebody from St. Louis and stuff, but you can do them all across the United States. I know, John, you got a lot of people that are members here, from across the United States too. A certain percentage, and you can do short sales all over the country. So don't let that hold you back on getting involved in short sales.
Well, very good. Thank you. And text intro, you said, to 636-685-2990. If you do it
Yep.
today. Very good.
Yep. Do it today. Okay,
And
guys.
okay, thank you, David. And just on a side note, I know you have a place down in Branson. That's where the Missouri Tax Sale Seminar is going to be next year. We just found out not too long ago.
Oh,
So,
great. My rent just went up. Thanks for telling me, John.
yep, it's usually the last Friday in June. So mark your calendar. And
Yes. Okay. So
as
from
soon as we have more
190,
information on that, we'll let you know. But yeah, I was thinking
actually,
about you.
Actually, it's funny because for any of us that are down there with rentals, right across the street from my unit, Silver Dollar City built $1 billion facility on it, and supposedly they're charging like $397 or $497 a night for their rent. So my 197 just went to 297.
Nice. Very nice.
But for people here in your group, first come, first serve, we might be able to keep it at 197 for you, and everything. But
Very nice.
yeah. Well, what's the dates of that, John?
It's usually, he don't have an official date yet, but Scott usually does it the last Friday in June, and that has to do with the tax sales come up in August, but also it has something to do with the year end for the attorneys with their CLE credits or whatever they are that need them because they all
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
till the last minute also.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll mark that on my calendar then too. That would be good to go down there too and stuff. But and then of course everybody too. I've got a short-term rental in the Villages, Florida. So but it's a monthly basis down there in the Villages. So I've got a rental there. It's cash flowing like a cow, John. Holy cow! I thought cows do milk, but man, short-term rentals they flow cash. Holy, I'm getting like 8,000 a month
Wow.
on during the snowbird season. The November to May time frame. It's a lot less expensive there during the summer and everything. But I've got November open right now. Anybody thinking of going to the Villages, Florida, about a half hour north of Orlando? It's a retirement community, utterly amazing place. You have to just go there and experience it type thing. But November is open right now. I don't have that one booked. I'm booked all the way through, like June of 2027, but for some reason, November is not booked right now. So if anybody wants to contact me on that one, give you a special rate.
Well, that sounds like a good deal. That's my favorite time of year to go is September, October, and November because kids are back in school. It's still warm out. All the staff is usually in a good mood still. The food's great. I just love going. The only thing you got to watch out for is an occasional hurricane.
Yeah,
So,
now the Villages though is 55 or older, so you don't have to worry about kids there ever, because
okay.
it's a
Good to
retirement
know.
community of 150,000 homes, not people, 150,000 homes, largest retirement community in the United States. And so you gotta be 55. Now, I mean, someone may have kids come down, grandkids come down and visit, but that's why, John, they've got what's called adult pools, adult swimming pools. Okay. No one, I think less than the age of 25 or 18 or something is allowed into the pool area. Then they got the public pools too, for the grandkids and stuff. But yeah, it's a great place. I started doing stuff there about probably 10 or so years ago with it. I kind of went down there. It was my first time, doing stuff in real estate. And I thought, man, this is cool. I'm making a lot of money in real estate, but I don't want to be captive to it. And so I went down and rented a place down there for a month and said, can I do real estate from Florida? Can I actually keep my rehabs going, keep my sale, my purchases going down there for a month? And so I went down there for a month and it worked out pretty good. And it's like, oh, cool. Then I did it again, for like 2 months. And it's like, yeah, you can do real estate. You don't have to, be tethered to it there. You can do it, from some other place if you've got things kind of lined up with, local people already with it and stuff. And so now I got cash flowing places down there and it's a great place to come visit. But anyway, yeah, like I said, just, my contact info's in the chat box there. If you want to book any of that, just let me know.
Thank you, David. Appreciate you sharing that with us. Forrest, I see you've had your hand up. Would you like to unmute yourself and share with us? Where'd you go? Are you there, Forrest?
Looks like looks like he's unmuted. Maybe
Yeah.
his mic isn't working. Nope, now he's muted.
Well, or maybe you could type in the chat and we could talk with you. Okay. Yeah, you never know about Zoom. I don't think they did an update this week, but a couple weeks ago they did, and nobody could get on the camera on a meeting I was on, which was kind of comical. Not comical because the presenter didn't like it, but it was just you just never know what's going to happen with our great technology. Um, Real estate investors breakfast on the 30th. That our I don't know about the breakfast. I do know we're going to do our lunch on the 31st of August. So, yeah, if you can unmute yourself, you're welcome to share that. Okay.
What was the August 31st? You said luncheon? Is that
Yeah, we're
something?
gonna have the lunch at Applebee's. We're doing it 1 week early this month, Dana, because of the holiday following the next
Oh,
month. And a lot of people wanted to go anyway. You know, we didn't do it in July because of the holiday, and a lot of people said they really would have rather done it a different day. So instead of just doing it the first Monday, we're gonna do it just 1 week early. And there's also, I think, an extra week this month anyway. So.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, hey, I have a question for Sarah. Sarah, do you have any uh on your list? Do you have any CPAs or accountants? I mean, bookkeepers, something like that.
So I have my personal CPA. I can send you guys her information if you want. I can text it to you right now if you guys want her.
Okay.
I live in South County and let me think about it. It's golly, I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, I can send it to you and text you guys. Oh, it's Donna Whitwell and it's Whitwell Accounting or something. Whitwell. It's like WHITWELL. And she's in O'Fallon, Missouri. You can
Okay.
probably just Google her, you guys. I don't think I have her phone number like in my phone, but if you guys Google her and you can't find her, let me know and I can dig. My husband Paul probably has her number saved. But yeah,
Okay.
Whitwell Accounting is who I use personally. I use that for when um she's our personal accountant, but like when we owned our tutoring franchise Tutor Doctor, we used her for business as well. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And yeah, let's see what trying to think. You guys need anybody for taxes or anything? Because I know Paul Rome is on the chamber board with me and he runs 4 block advisors. So if you guys need anybody like that, I know he can help out with that too. If you guys need
Now,
anybody.
is he a tax preparer or is he a CPA or what?
I think they deal mostly with taxes at block advisors.
Okay.
What was his
Yeah.
name? You said
Yeah, it's
Paul?
Paul Rome, ROAM. And he is save that in my calendar really quickly before I forget. And he is on the chamber board with me. And but yeah, he runs like 4 block advisors here in St. Louis. And I can give you guys his phone number if you need to, or you could just Google block advisors here in St. Louis too, because he runs like 4 of them. He's like there's one on like Crestwood, there's one on Telegraph, there's a couple more that it's like the area manager for all 4 of them. So he would be a good one to reach out to too. I think they only do taxes, but you can ask them and see if they've got CPA services too. I don't remember.
Oh,
But they would be a good one to reach out to as well. And Paul knows me really well too. If you get a hold of him, I can give you his cell if you want.
that'll be good.
Yeah, let me get into my phone and give you his cell number. Yeah. His cell number is 314-239-9932. And that's 314-239-9932. And I'll put it in the chat for you guys too. And then I'll put Donna Whitwell in there too. You can Google Donna Whitwell Accounting or whatever it's called. You can Google her. I'm sure you'll be able to find her. If not, let me know, guys. I'll type it all in here for you.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. You're so happy to help.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. In fact, that's one of the people we're trying to get a hold of is a CPA or somebody to talk to us. The other one I did talk to this week is we're going to have some information on 1031 exchanges real soon here. We're going to set up a special event for them because a lot of people have been asking, and I know that's a specialty. Kind of like David Randolph with his short sales. You really need to know what you're doing going into some of this stuff because there are time limits and things, you got to dot the right I's and cross the right T's to make sure you get it done right. So that was something else that we're going to have real soon if everything goes well. I know a lot of people are kind of waiting for the fall. I don't like to wait for anything. I like to get it done now. So as soon as I know something, I'll let you know. So, all right. And we'll let Sarah put her information in there. There we go. Thank you very much. And make sure you jot that down because I know we're a couple minutes after the hour and I try to be respectful of your time every week. We don't like to keep you too long. I know last week we had kind of a special event, so we started a little early, but pet screening stuff, I thought that was very important. And if you weren't able to join us last week, that's definitely worth watching the replay. I personally like the replays because I can watch them at 170% of the time on YouTube. Instead of taking an hour, I get to watch it in about a half hour or less. So I always like that. So anyway, anybody else have anything for us today? A lot of good conversations. I'll have the replay up as soon as I can. And again, mark your calendars for the 31st for the lunch. And we look forward to seeing you then. I do have a couple of Dale Sweets pins left too. So the first few people that show up will get a pin. I know some of you guys got his pins that he sent to us last month. And I still got just a couple of them left. He sent us a box of them, but they're not all for me. I keep one. I've got one right here. So you guys will get the pins. So anyway, anybody else got anything for us today? If not, we'll look forward to seeing you next week. I appreciate you tuning in today, and it was good seeing everybody. Y'all have a great week.
Thanks, John. Bye, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.